Good morning, children. I welcome you all to this session of English literature, and we are studying Merchant of Venice. We are on to the Act 4, Scene 1, and perhaps the climax of this play, which is the court scene. In here, and very interesting arguments are going on, where Portia, dressed up as Dr. Balthazar as a male lawyer, doctor of law, is presenting the case, is fighting it out, and on the verge of creating a great twist in the entire play. She has just spoken things in support of Shylock winning the case. That the decree is in favor of Shylock, and she goes on to say it must be there's no power in Venice that can alter established. It will be recorded for a precedency. We are on to this part here. That means it cannot happen. There is no power in Venice. Nobody can stop this in Venice, which can alter a decree. Decree is basically a punishment. A punishment for forfeiture which is given, established. It will not be recorded for a. It will be recorded for a precedent. Means if precedence is that if anybody in future performs the same kind of mistake, then he should be punished in that way. So, and many an error by the same example will rush into the state. It cannot be that, and it is just like if anybody who does the same kind of error will be dealt in the same way. Shylock, a Daniel has come to judgment. Yea, a Daniel, O wise young judge, how do I honor thee? Now, Daniel is in Roman mythology is regarded as a very justice-loving king, right? And for the sake of justice, he was ready to do anything. So he compares the two people, Portia dressed up as Dr. Balthazar with Daniel, saying that the Daniel has come in this attire and Daniel is pronouncing this judgment. Portia, I pray you, let me look upon the bond. So Portia says, let me just have a look on the bond. Sherlock, here it is most reverend doctor. Reverend is means sacred. Sacred. Portia, Sherlock, there is thrice thy money offered to thee. Portia then once again said that the other party, that is Bassanio, is offering thrice the money. Sherlock, an oath, an oath. I have an oath in heaven. I shall lay perjury upon my soul. Means I have taken an oath, and that too in the heaven with gods, that it will be a very bad thing on my soul if I do not fulfill it. No, not for Venice. I'm not going to listen anything now. Portia, why this bond is 4 feet? So Portia straight away says that yes, the bond is 4 feet. Means Antonio has not been able to pay back the money, so he's set to suffer as per the bond. And lawfully by this the Jew may claim a pound of flesh to be by him cut off nearest to the merchant's heart. Be merciful, take thrice thy money, bid me tear the bond. So she says that as per the bond, yes, it has been forfeited, and lawful the Jew may claim a pound of flesh from any part of the body, and he has chosen to cut it from near the heart, and so he is rightfully the owner of that. But he says, be merciful, do not do that, and take the money and let me tear the bond. Sherlock, yes, when it is paid according to the tenor, it doth appear you are a worthy judge. You know the law, your exposition hath been most sound. I charge you by the law, whereof you are a well deserving pillar. Proceed to judgment. By my soul I swear. So Shylock says, yeah, you can tear it, but when it is paid, you cannot tear it just for the sake of it. And it to me it appears that you are a worthy judge. Worthy judge means a very knowledgeable judge who knows the rules and regulations well. You know the law, you know your exposition, what you have to do hath been most sound. I charge you by the law, whereof you are a well deserving pillar. Well deserving pillar refers to you that he's addressing to Dr. Balthazar, which is Portia, as a person who is a pillar of justice. Proceed to judgment. By my soul, I swear. So he says that you should proceed to judgment. And he says that there is no power in tongue of man to alter me. I stay here on my bond. He's saying that no power is there. upon this earth which can change me. I want my bond. Antonio, most certainly I do beseech the court to give the judgment. Portia, why then? Thus it is, you must prepare your bosom for his knife. Bosom is heart, basically the outside of that is the skin part inside which there is heart. That is basically chest, you can also say. Three Portia says you can prepare your chest for his knife. Shylock, oh noble judge, oh excellent young man. Shylock becomes very happy to hear this, and he says, yes, what a great young man you are. Portia, for the intent and purpose of the law hath full relation to the penalty which here apparent due upon the bond. So he's saying for the purpose of law, I'm saying yes, you should have the entire thing what you have asked for. Right? Whatever penalty is given, you should have all the penalty. Shylock, this is very true, oh wise upright judge. Right? So wise and upright judge means a knowledgeable, intelligent, and a correct judge. Right? How much more elder art thou than thy looks? So is Sherlock saying you are much elder from mind than what you actually look at. Portia, therefore lay bare your bosoms. Shylock, his breast. So says the bond. Doth it not, noble judge? Nearest his heart. Those are the very words. So Sherlock says, no, it's not bosom, it is his breast, which is nearest to his heart. Portia, it is so. Are there balance here to weigh the flesh? So Portia says, are the balance ready to weigh the flesh? Right? Balance here refers to which we see in shops to weigh things, right? So she says, are these balance there? Sherlock, I have them ready. Portia, have some surgeon, Sherlock, on your charge to stop his wound, lest he do bleed. So Sherlock, Portia asks, is there any surgeon who can take care? So when you'll be cutting the flesh, so he might bleed. So if there is any doctor here, Sherlock, it is not nominated in the bond. Nominated means that it is not written in the bond, basically. Portia, it is not so expressed, but what of that? It were good you do so much for charity. Portia says, no, it is not written there, but that would have been good. You do so much for the sake of charity. Sherlock, I cannot find it. It's not in the bond. Sherlock says, no, no, I cannot find it. It's not in the bond. Portia, you merchant, have you anything to say? Antonio, but little. I am armed and well prepared. Give me your hand, Bassanio. Fare you well. Grieve not that I am fallen for this. So sing, yes, I am prepared. And give me your hand, Bassanio. I want to hold it before I die. And he says that don't don't feel sad that I am going to die for your sake. So he's saying that fortune has made me shown herself more kind than is her custom. It is still her use to let the wretched man outlive his wealth, to view with hollow eye and wrinkled brow an age of poverty. So he's saying that fortune has shown more kindness because I would love to die before rather than seeing myself as an old man, right? Who is watching everything as a very poor person leading a life of poverty. It's better to die of such misery doth. Commend to me, to your honorable wife, tell her the process of Antonio's end, and say how I loved you. Speak me fair in death, and when the tale is told, bid her be judge whether Bassanio has not once a love. So he says that tell her the process of how everything happened, and tell her how much I loved you. Speak me fair in death, right? Uh, you should tell every. You should now speak the truth because I am about to die. Speak me fair in death means I mean it's my death. You should talk the truth, and where the truth is tale is told, did her be judge. Here, did her bid her be judge is being talked about Portia. Then let her judge whether Bassanio had not once a love. That whether Bassanio before her didn't had somebody whom he loved. Right? Repent, but you that you shall lose your friend, and he repents not that he pays your debt, but for the Jew do cut but deep enough, I'll pay it presently with all my heart. So he says that do not repent that you are going to lose your friend because he is not repenting that he has paid all your debt. Because if the Jew cuts deep inside, and so I'll all my debts will be cleared at that moment. Means I will be dead. So this is basically a very emotional kind of speech given by Antonio for Bassanio. So I stop here. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did in making it. And until we meet again, it's a goodbye.